Guy here. Now I'm back again. I want to talk about how to make fire without matches or a lighter. Now this is a problem that plagues many people. Maybe you're lost in the woods. Maybe you're on an overnight backpacking trip and you're 8 or 12 miles out and you forgot to bring matches, lighter. Maybe you lost them. Maybe they got wet. Well, here's a few things to remember, and I'm just going to say in the order of simplicity. So the first thing to do, if you're in a wooded area, look around, see if you see a fire. I know this sounds ridiculous, but see if you see smoke, see if you smell a fire, because often in an area where people camp frequently, they may have vacated their camp and there's still a pit with hot embers. Even if they're not on the top, they could be underneath. So if you kick those up, that's all you need to start a fire is an ember. And if it's wet outside, you can always get the bark on a tree, because a tree, I mean, even though it's going to have water on it, it's a lot less saturated with water than any sort of wood or whatnot on the ground. Now, ideally, you could find like a rock overhang that has completely sheltered some twigs, and you can use that to whittle down and make as your fire starter. But all you got to do is put an ember in that and just gently blow on it, and it will it'll eventually flame up. Now, that's best case scenario. The second option would be to actually get some sticks, and there's several different techniques, but the thing is, you're going to have a little piece of wood on the bottom, you're going to have a stick in your hand, and you're just going to kind of rotate it rapidly. You can make a bow, you can put a little thing on there to make it move more easily, but what that's going to do, and it's going to take a lot of time, but it's going to create friction, and which will then create smoke, and then where there's smoke, there's fire. So eventually the goal is to ignite a little ember and then put it in your tinder bundle, like I said earlier, like bark or whatever that's dry, and just kind of blow on it, and then transfer that into and that's something you need to do before you start any of this, is have a TP shape made out of sticks, because once you get that tinder bundle going and you got a ball of fire in your hands, you're going to want to put that under the TP of sticks to light that, and then once those start burning, you'll develop a bed of hot ash, and you can slowly add more sticks, small sticks, and work your way up to bigger stuff. And at that point, you've got a fire that's going to keep burning, even if even if you had to step away for a few minutes to gather food or whatever. So that's another option. Now, the third option is something that I've invented, and this technique is something that I can't guarantee you, but I bet you haven't seen on any other survival channels or anything, and it's called I just call it IRIX Guy's fire starting method. So the first thing you want to do, and you can remember these numbers, but I've forgotten the numbers, so I'm going to pull out a calculator, and I'm going to type in 3.14 times 55 equals 172.7, and then divide that by 666. 666. That comes out to .259, so you can round up to .26. So what you're going to want to do is hold your hand out. Now be aware of what's around you, because it's very important. This can potentially be dangerous. Fire is always dangerous. Do not play with fire. Hold your hand out, and with that number, like we said, it was .259, which we round up to .256. Focus your energy. And this is the part right here that takes some skill, but you're going to want to focus your energy. So you got your hand out. You want to keep your hand at this angle in front of you, because you've got to see what's going on. Make sure you have nothing in your hand. Have your palm flat, just like mine, and your thumb extended. I use my right hand. You can use your left hand. So just look at the palm of your hand. And in your head, and don't say it out loud because it's going to mess it up, but what you're going to repeat in your head over and over is .26, .26, .26. And just keep doing that without blinking, without moving your head, without moving your body, staring directly into your palm. And I'm about to do it, and you'll see what happens, and I hope this works. So here we go. Okay, you can see the smoke, and there's the fire. So You don't want to keep it burning too long though, because it, as you know, fire can burn, well, not can, will burn you. So it's one of those deals. If you're in a very crazy situation and you need to get that fire going, that's a technique. Just remember .26, .26. And you might want to write down the formula that I use to calculate .26, because this number from season to season can fluctuate. Typically .26 works in the winter, and during the summer a .592 is what I use in the summer months. Hope this tip helps, and be sure to share this video with others. Subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube.com/IRIXGuy. Y'all have a great day.